Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we have once again another kind of big Xbox issue that's been kind of floating around throughout these past few weeks. We've seen a lot more big issues when it comes to the Xbox Series XS and the Microsoft Game Pass stores, as well as also some big stuff now in regards to Twitter APIs. We also have apparently big drama when it comes to Hi-Fi Rush that's been, well, kind of going and showcasing up a massive big issue when it comes to Game Pass sales, and obviously a lot of different stuff when it comes to how many people are even just buying games, especially when they're free on Game Pass, and obviously Xbox is not happy. We've had a lot of really bad Xbox news coming out this past 2 weeks or so if you guys don't mind that, I still think the Xbox is solid, of course, but, well, some folks are not thinking the same way. As well, if you guys are brand new, before we dive in the video, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch room down below in case you guys want to go and follow, and of course, we have all the nice little Amazon links for all the consoles down below, and let's dive into the video itself. So first and foremost, we actually had a pretty big change up when it comes to Twitter, Xbox, and Xbox features right now. Now, as you guys probably know, Twitter's been going through a massive amount of different types of changes where they're basically trying to go and get rid of all the actual verified badges as of today. They've changed the API. People have to spend a lot more extra money to make sure that Twitter itself is functioning and normal. And apparently with all this going on, it seems like Xbox has now decided to disable one of their big features. So Twitter's API changes appear to have caused Microsoft to disable Xbox console screenshot sharing, and the ability now to upload screenshots and clips remain active though via the Xbox mobile app, but it does kind of seem like Xbox is now actually losing features now from this brand new Twitter change. As of right now, we don't necessarily know if this will be coming back or not. And of course, as well, kind of depends a bit on Twitter, because Twitter is changing things like every other week, I feel like, at this point. So basically, Twitter's recent API changes appear to have caused Microsoft to disable Xbox screenshots and clip sharing on consoles, and also via the game bar on Windows. Though fortunately, the ability to upload to Twitter via the Xbox app, though, is still somehow working, but it has had them have to go and change, adjust, and do a bunch of different things. Xbox's Twitter account has been responding to users who are tweeting about their problems, who are trying to upload screenshots to the social media platform, including Shadow Boy over here, who on top of this says, for some reason, I can't share Minecraft content on Twitter using Xbox as a sign into Twitter, so I did and keep saying the same thing. They said, we have to disable the ability to share game uploads to Twitter directly from the console and game bar on Windows. You can still share your favorite moments to Twitter via the Xbox app for Android or iOS, but it's kind of like basically have a huge soft lock when it comes to the feature itself in the middle. So very intriguing to go and see this. So basically had and said this, if you guys want to do a quick lesson, if you guys care about this at all or not, you just got to go to the Xbox mobile app, select My Library and Captures, choose your screenshot and clip, or select share and then Twitter right afterwards. Microsoft has yet to give an official reason as to why it disabled the functionality, but I think it kind of comes to Twitter's API changes, where basically for them, you have to go and pay a buttload of money to go let people do it. So a good example for them one, they say it's around $42,000 a month alone just for that one, and I think that's probably around maybe like a $700,000 a year if they want to keep the feature. A big thing to kind of go and note though is that it might come back, like Microsoft has the money, that is technically a business expense, or as well, they might have a chance to just interact with Elon and be like, hey, yo, give us a good deal for whatever reason. But it's kind of weird because the API used to be free, and a lot of things that maybe Microsoft are like, yeah, just maybe not worth the multiple millions of dollars for kind of a silly feature. It might be, might not be, but it does kind of seem like it's kind of rough. They also did go and though have Microsoft's decision to drop Twitter from his own advertising platform, so I kind of feel like they're maybe on the anti-Elon Musk, and maybe don't want to have like another billion-dollar rival company that also may be intertwined with a lot of their technological advances, especially because don't forget Elon Musk also has their own basically the chat GBT competitor that kind of came out too as well. Like there's a lot of other various things in terms of the tech world they have to worry about, and of course Twitter too, but also go take resources away from things like Bing and Microsoft, etc., etc. So I'm not sure if it's gonna be coming back or not. I'll be honest with you guys, not actually fully sure, because the functionality allowed users to manage their social media accounts in one place, to create and manage tweets, view past tweets and engagement, schedule tweets and more. And starting on April 25th, Twitter will no longer be supported by other platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn will be continuing as normal too as well. So kind of a little bit of sad sort of kind of hear about this one too on top of this one, because, well, we're not sure if it's going to come back or not. Now, as well, kind of more of like mediocre kind of blah news when it comes to Xbox. If you guys remember, and I actually do remember this game a lot, I played it myself and actually did like it, Hi-Fi Rush, which was actually one of those more surprise random drop games, reportedly did horrible. So reportedly didn't make enough Xbox money and did not make the executives happy, but at the same time, and kind of like a lot of folks have been talking about this, it was a Game Pass exclusive, Game Pass random drop game right after an exclusive Xbox event where you would think a lot of the Xbox folks watching the Xbox Indie Showcase would also go and obviously have Game Pass if they're watching the showcase too as well. And a lot of folks are kind of like, duh, It's not a big game like, say, like a Halo or maybe like a Forza or even a Call of Duty that would actually drive up a lot of new subscribers to the platform. It's more so just a random Bethesda game, which don't forget is owned by Xbox, which would make sense if they're making content for Game Pass to make the Game Pass subscribers happy. As well as also was a shadow drop. They didn't really promote a lot of pre-orders. And on top of that too, I don't think there even was a disc edition. I could be wrong. So the somewhat confusing logic of what does or does not make for a financially successful game on Xbox continues once again with Jeff Grubb, where on the Game Mass Decides podcast, basically said that Hi-Fi Rush just didn't make the money the game needed to make. It's a game that was also previously described as after a surprise launch as one of the most successful launches for Bethesda and Xbox in recent years, and as well, I really enjoyed the game. I also don't necessarily know why my camera keeps on always doing this, I think, with this weird background. I keep on trying to fix it. I fix it on my Twitch stream. I have no idea why it always keeps on doing that. One of these days, my next 1 or 2 days off, I'll make sure I get it all sorted for that. But anyway, the reviews came out good. Like, a lot of people really enjoyed the reviews for it. A lot of people enjoyed the game for it. And it's kind of really weird to go and see that people were just maybe just not buying it, but it makes sense. It was on Game Pass. So once again, it kind of leads to this big issue where, like, is Game Pass actually worth it for game people? Was it not worth it? And what's like the actual end-all be-all goal? Like, don't forget, they are Bethesda, which is owned by Xbox itself. So you would think they just want to keep people maintaining their Game Pass subscription. So it says, what is the actual point then? Like, what's the actual, like, what were they supposed to do? Like, what was like the business meeting? Because in my mind, if they just maintained and kept people on Game Pass, I would say that's a win. Like, if you just basically had like around the same numbers or so, kind of like Netflix content where they have the original content to keep and maintain their like pretty hardcore active user base, I think that's a good win. At the end of the day, I think that's actually what they should be doing, let alone trying to get new people on it. So basically, the game had zero marketing. It was like strategically there was no marketing. Part of the draw was its surprise launch on Game Pass the day it was announced, and it launched on Game Pass as well. So no one had to go buy the game, pre-order the game, get it on PlayStation or Xbox or whatever it might go and be. And it's also a brand new IP, so it's not like like any type of game, like a God of War, Ragnarok, where it's a game 2, or Spider-Man 2. It's just a brand new IP that no one's ever heard of before, too, as well. It was also more of a musical niche, too, on top of that. But yeah, I don't think it'd be like a big thing where a lot of folks want to go and flock to Game Pass to get it. The game was well received and a lot of people liked it. But at the same time, too, I think it's just maintaining up the Xbox Game Pass. And this seems all around kind of fine. So as Grubb said, what else was the game supposed to do here? And I'm kind of actually in agreement on this, where it's like, yeah, the game was good. The game was well received. The reviews were well. People who checked out the game really liked it. And overall, the vibe was just good. But apparently, it just kind of maybe just doesn't make sense for Xbox, where Xbox maybe want to have more sales or want to have like a crazy, like another 5 million people added. But for a game like this, that's kind of a part of a niche or indie company, and as well are also kind of a part of a, well, just surprise launch, it's really hard to maintain that and maintain those numbers, which is kind of why I think a lot of folks are kind of curious. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what the Xbox devs wanted to do, but they weren't happy. Like, apparently this has been kind of being leaked out that a lot of the higher-ups at Xbox and even Microsoft have just not been happy with the lack of first-party titles, which would be kind of a part of this situation. The lack of probably new acquisitions, which is also why they're probably getting rid of like the $1 deal, because they're maybe losing money on those deals as well. And at some point they have to go drive a profit. And on top of that too, they just still haven't had that many good games. Like Minecraft Legends so far has been a little bit of a flop. I had a chance to play it myself on my stream and put in like a good solid 5 hours or so, but I can already go and tell you guys that game will be absolutely dead in terms of user base, probably pretty soon. Basically a little longer than expected due to the Minecraft name, but once again, there's not really like a heavy hitter where a lot of folks are going to be scrambling to go and buy and play. The multiplayer was already dead, the single player was going rough, and even when it was released on Steam, the reviews kept on going lower and lower and lower, where a lot of folks even on Steam were not recommending the game. So once again, now it's pretty much like 2 out of like, I'd say 4 big games, and a lot of folks are kind of patiently waiting for Redfall to go and see if the game itself will or will not be kind of flourishing or not. And it kind of seems like Xbox itself has been very scary because no one really knows what they want to do. So this question applies to higher profile releases as well. So how will we actually know if Starfield's going to be a good game? How do we know if the game's going to flop? Is it like if they go drive an extra 1, 2, 3, 4 million users? Is it they maintain it for another 3-4 months and they can actually drive up the numbers? Like, I'm sure a lot of folks will go and get Game Pass for Starfield. I myself absolutely will, and if you guys want to leave a comment down below if you guys will or not, let me know. But it's kind of a very scary situation to go and see because, well, is Xbox doing well? Are they slacking? Like right now their console sales are actually going even worse, and that's even more scary too, compared to the PlayStation 5 that's on the up and up, and even the Nintendo Switch, which whenever they do release a Switch 2 or Switch Pro, whatever it's called, they'll probably do phenomenal. Same with the Legend of Zelda release. And I'm just very curious to go and see on what's going on, what's happening, and all the future of what's going to be happening for Xbox. And last but not least, there is apparently a huge sale going on, or not sale, a huge sequel going on when it comes to Xbox to be take up the next 10 years ago make, as well on a brand new court doc. So spotted by the Axios' Stephen Tiltilio, the game was mentioned in court documents relating to an ongoing legal challenge in which the group of self-identified gamers are trying to block Microsoft's acquisition. So I have another document saying that basically around it's like a 10-year or so to go get some really bigs coming over here, but there actually was a huge redacted from a 10-year dev cycle, which also might be kind of coming out pretty cool. Some folks are maybe assuming like a Redfall or a Starfall delay, and basically either way, we're just looking at some really good games coming out regardless from this big court thing. So very intriguing to go and see this nonetheless. Give me your thoughts and comments down below. Have a fantastic week. We'll have a few videos up for you guys throughout the next few days. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. Hang out by the Twitter and Twitch down below, and check out the Amazon links too. And I appreciate you guys all so much for watching here in the first place.